ब्रह्मांता गुरवः साक्षात् इष्टं देवं श्रियःपतिः आचार्या श्रीमदाचार्या सन्तु मे जन्म जन्मनि सत्यात्मसमारम्भा टीकाकृत्पादमध्यमा श्रीमदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. We are again here viewing the greatness, the significance of Kanchi kshetra. That kshetra where Brahma came to get the sakshatkara of Bhagavanta. When we generally go to doctor, we give the medicine which are given by them. But if we come to know the composition of medicine and how the medicine can react in our body, then we are destined to take it properly with absolute diligence, with Shraddha. And that is what happens when we listen to the kshetra mahatmayam. So when we go there, we get the chintana of the Bhagavanta and we get more diligence towards the satkarma that we do. So, we are on the day 2 of our 3-day lecture. On day 1, which was yesterday, we heard about 2 Bhagavat Rupas, namely Varaha and Narasimha. We came to know about the Kshetra Murti of that Kshetra and Ananta Sarovara and Garuda Tirtha and some more Tirthas which can destroy our sins when we visit there and take a dip at those Tirthas. Now, in day 2 of today's lecture, we are going to see the part where Brahma came to Kanchi kshetra to please the Lord Vishnu, to get his sakshatkara, take his darshan, and that is when Varadaraja comes there. So this is the today's part. How would have been Kanchi kshetra before the advent of Brahma? Narada narrates or describes about Kanchi kshetra to King Ambarisha. Narada Rishi says, the kshetra was an entire forest, not the city we could think of today. It was a complete forest then, before the advent of Brahma. It was here, Narada Rishi says, the area of Kanchi kshetra was 7 yojana in length and 7 yojana in breadth. Sapta yojana vistirna, sapta yojana mayata. Area of a particular place is calculated by multiplying length into breadth. So if we multiply 7 into 7, it is 49 yojana, which means per yojana is approximately 89 kilometers. So the area of Kanchi kshetra would have been some 8,000 plus square feet as per described per the Purana. So such huge was Kanchi kshetra. So in that magnanimous Kanchi kshetra, there used to be all kinds of habitat. There used to be variety of birds. There used to be variety of animals, wild animals and domestic animals and what not. There used to be people living of all the varnas. There used to be tribal peoples. There used to be people who are living in the city. So well civilized was Kanchi kshetra. And here Narada Rishi says, do you know King Ambarisha? This Kanchi kshetra is known to have all kinds of fruits, that too throughout the year. See, there is a particular season for particular fruits. And those fruits, even though the season has come, will not grow in all parts of the Bharatadesha. For example, if we take apple, it grows only in the northern part of India. It doesn't grow in the southern part of India, though the time period of season of apple has arrived. But in Kanchi kshetra, Nevertheless of the time and place, all types of fruits and flower will be found in Kanchi kshetra. So such was Kanchi kshetra's speciality. In Ayurveda Shastra, Charaka Samhita, there is a saying which says, there are very few places in the earth where you can find all type of herbs and shrubs. And one such was Kanchi kshetra. Kanchi kshetra in those days had a magnanimity of what all you can find on this earth. Ambarisha asked, this is fine, but how were the people there? Narada says, people were great scholars. People were well educated there. People were very dharmic. They were following the dharma. They were very truthful to themselves. You can't find one more place which is so well civilized and so well mannered than Kanchi kshetra, says Narada. And that is when Ambarisha says, I am very eager to know how Varadaraja comes there. At last you all would have been thinking, at last you came to the story. So it all starts at the beginning of creation, Srishti. There is 100 years of Brahma Kala, which we call, which is very different from what we have in our day-to-day year. So 100 years of Brahma is the Laya Kala and 100 years is the Sthiti Kala or Srishti Kala. Now, in this 100 years of Laya Kala, after the 87.5 years, Lakshmi Devi wakes up the god. She is the one who resides with the god even at the Pralaya Kala, when all the other Jiva Rashi are taken inside the stomach of God. That is, at the Laya Kala, it is only Lakshmi Devi who resides with the god as the leaf, banyan leaf on which the Vatapatra Shahi is sleeping, as the water of the Pralaya Jala, as the darkness which surrounds the god. And so now 87.5 years has passed by. Now Lakshmi Devi wakes up the god to start the Srishti. Though the god here does not have a sleep just like we have, it is a yoga nidra that is observed by the god. Yet Lakshmi Devi wakes up. There is a beautiful padya of Purandara which shows us how Lakshmi Devi wakes the god. Ranganayaka Rajiva Lochana Ramanane Belagaitu Yelennuta Ranganayaka Rajiva Lochana Ramanane Belagaitu Yelennuta Anganela Kumi Tapatiyane Pesindalu Shringarana Nidre Sakenata Ranganayaka Rajiva Lochana Ramanane Belagaitu Yelennuta. This was how, and more beautifully, Lakshmi Devi would have woken up the god. Now when I am singing, I see a lot of people are going into sleep. Nevertheless, so Lakshmi Devi wakes up the god to start the Srishti process. That is when Vishnu carries out Srishti, that is outside the Brahmanda first, then inside the Brahmanda. So the first one to be born was Brahma. From the Navi of God Vishnu, there arose a lotus. It was a 1,000-petal lotus completely radiating like gold. And in that middle of the lotus, there came a person who was Brahma. Brahma, that's why Brahma is called God's son. He is Vishnu's son because he was born from Vishnu. Now, as soon as his birth took place, his creation took place, here Brahma turned everywhere and saw. That is when Tapa was the word he heard. Then he started to do penance. For so many long years, Brahma carried out penance. At the end of the penance, he had the Sakshatkara of God, who was in the form of a Hamsa. A Hamsa is a bird which will resemble almost like a white swan. I don't know what is the botanical name of the bird, but yet that is what it resembles, almost like a white swan. Here, Narada says that Hamsa Rupi Bhagavanta, it was a radiant gold stripes was there in between the entirely white bird. So such a beautiful bird was Bhagavanta, who showcased himself in front of Brahma and did the Upadesha of all the Vedas and all the Shastras. Now, after doing the Upadesha of all the Vedas, here Bhagavanta orders Brahma to do the creation. He says, though I am the one who is going to be residing inside you, who is your Antaryami and will be doing the creation, I want to give this credit of creation to you. So, let you start the creation, said Bhagavanta. Now, after the Paramatma disappeared, Brahma decided to start the creation. That is when 4 saints were first created from Brahma. They were Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujata. So these 4 saints were first created. And Brahma, he did the Upadesha to those Rishis. But those Rishis, after hearing to all the Upadesha, they thought, why should we again go to family and start a creation and start reproducing and this family tree? It's very boring. What we are here, the reason we are here is to do the sadhana of the God, and we want to attain the moksha, so we do not want to go for the creation process. So they abstained themselves from further creating the world, and they took sannyasa and they went to do their own sadhana. Now Brahma got angry. The reason I created you 4 were to further take on the creation, but you 4 of them rejected it. So he got angry. That is when from the forehead of an angry Brahma, there came and fell down a person. So Brahma said, who are you? You are coming and falling out of my forehead. That is when the child or the person who fell from the forehead of Brahma started to cry. It was none other than Rudra. Because he cried, he was called Rudra. Now Brahma said, at last I have created someone who can further take on the creation. Let you do the creation, said Brahma. But Rudra, to everyone's surprise, he created all the Bhutaganas, Bhutas, Pretas, all these were created by Rudra rather than making a normal creation. Brahma after some time thought, what did I do? I gave a responsibility to this guy, but he did not do it in the way which I expected. So let me itself do it. So Brahma went and said, Rudra, let it be. You do not further take on this process. I will do it myself. That is when Brahma creates Swayambhuva Manu, Shatarupa Devi. Then Brahma creates Marichi. Marichi's son was Kashyapa. Kashyapa had 13 wives. And from there, the entire universe is now overfilled with population. Right? So, after doing all this creation, Brahma thought, at last I am satisfied because Vishnu gave me a job and at last I have done it, so I am satisfied, thought Brahma. But that is when Brahma thought, but I couldn't see Vishnu properly. When he came to do the Upadesha, he came in the form of a Hamsa Pakshi, right? He was in the form of a bird. In the starting, when he came to rescue the Bhumi, he came as Varada. He came as Varaha. But I want to see him wearing a beautiful silk cloth, having Shankha, Chakra, Gadha, etc. along with Shri Bhudevi glowing with the kirita, kundala, and all the ornaments and the weapons. I want to see Vishnu in that form. That is what came now the desire of Brahma. So Brahma thought, whatever it takes, I will do to get the sakshatkara of that form of Vishnu which I desire. So Brahma started from his own loka, Satyaloka, and came to a place which is at the northern part of Yamuna river. So he came to a place. So why did he come there? He came there so that it gets easy to get the sakshatkara of Bhagavanta at Bhuloka. That is what Brahma thought and came there. So this Yamuna river, as per the map today, it starts from Uttarakhand, a little part in Haryana, Delhi, then it goes to Uttar Pradesh, where it flows, the majority of the region flows to Uttar Pradesh. So somewhere in the northern part of this river stayed Brahma, and he carried out Ashwamedha Yaga. So all the devatas, they came from the Devaloka to have a view of the Ashwamedha Yaga that has been carried out by Brahma. And there were so many rishis who were Ritviks who made the yajna possible. And when everything, the yajna was over, so at the end of the Ashwamedha Yaga, the Avabrata Snana, what we call getting a snana from the Kalasha water of the Yaga, took place. That also happened. But there was no God. Brahma thought, I performed Ashwamedha Yaga to take a view of to take a darshan or sakshatkara of Vishnu in the form which I desired. But now there is no sakshatkara of Bhagavanta. So how could I see the Paramatma? How will I see the Paramatma? I think this one Ashwamedha Yaga is not enough to see the Paramatma. So now I will do 100 Ashwamedha Yaga, thinks Brahma. Generally what we do is we do a little sadhana and expect a lot in return. Here Brahma, even after doing Ashwamedha Yaga, is not pleased by the sadhana that he had carried out. So now he started to do 100 Ashwamedha Yaga. So he stayed there itself for years and carried out some 100 Ashwamedha Yaga. At the end of the 100th Ashwamedha Yaga, again the Purnahati took place, again the Avabrata Snana took place, but there was no Sakshatkara of the God. Surprised, highly surprised was Brahmadeva. That is when he heard Asharira Vani, a voice without any form, without any body. It's called as Asharira Vani. So he heard the voice. The voice said, "O Brahmadeva, you carried out 100 Ashwamedha Yagas, which I am very pleased of. But if you want to see me in the way or the form in which you desire, you have to carry out some 1000 Ashwamedha Yagas. But I'll give you an exception. Wait, do not worry. By saying 1000 itself, here people are saying, so do not worry, I will give you one easy task to do. You have to spend so many years to do 1000 Ashwamedha Yaga, but rather than do one Ashwamedha Yaga at a place which will equal doing of 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. So I tell you a place, you go there and perform the Ashwamedha Yaga. So if you do it, if you perform it one time, it will equal to performing or carrying out the Yaga for 1000 times, said the Asharira Mani. Brahma was overwhelmed with surprise again. He was very happy, he was delighted. Oh, he heard the voice of the God. So he was very delighted. So immediately he asked, where is the place? That is when he says, there is a place in the southern part of India where I came as Varaha, as Narasimha there. You go there and perform the yajna. So it is the Kanchi kshetra that the voice mentioned. And Brahma was very happy of hearing about the news and confirming that now Vishnu, who is in the form of Asharira Vani, told that you go and do the yajna there. Which means after the yajna he will come there. So with confidence now Brahma has gathered all his substances and he booked a flight and he flew from the place there was. So before this, the Asharira Vani told one more thing. You have observed 100 Ashwamedha yagas at this place. So this place has become very, very auspicious due to so much Ashwamedha yagas which have been carried out by you. And I give the boon, let this place hold its importance in all the yugas to come. And that is the place which is Prayagraj. There was a different name before, now it's called Prayagraj. So this is the place where Brahma observed 100 Ashwamedha yaga, where Yamuna river meets with Ganga. Sangama Snana is very famous in this place. So in this Prayagraj is where this Prayagraj was where Brahma observed the 100 Ashwamedha yagas. So now he packed everything. He started to fly from the place of Prayagraj and he has to land at Kanchi kshetra. Here Purana 2 says that he flew and came there. He used a vimana. So he booked tickets and he started from Prayagraj and he landed at Kanchi kshetra. So the moment he landed at Kanchi kshetra, he found that the complete Kanchi kshetra was just a forest then. There was a cave which was created by Varaha. There was Varaha Valmika, which is the Hastagiri Parvata. There was Narasimha. Nothing else was there. So Brahma thought, no, this should not be the case. I am going to perform yajna here. First I have to construct the city. That is when Brahma calls Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is Devaloka's sculpture come civil engineer come architect. So Vishwakarma was invited and Vishwakarma beautifully constructs the city of Kanchi as per the wish or desire of Brahma. So the city of Kanchi which has been created or designed by Vishwakarma is beautifully narrated here. There used to be so big pillars in Kanchi kshetra. Those pillars normally, pillar is so big if we cannot be able to hug the pillar. If we use both our hands to hug a particular pillar, today in our households we do not have a pillar itself. But normally we will be able to hug a pillar. But if we cannot hug a pillar with both our hands, that means that's an enormous pillar. So even 3-4 times of our hands cannot enclose a pillar. Such big pillars were in Kanchi kshetra. Narada narrates beautifully about how was the new city the new city which was built by Vishwakarma already had a very nice planning. Not like other cities we have today, like Bangalore, where the city has been built, but it is an unplanned city because from one area to another area, if you have to go, it will take a lot of time. It will take so much time that it will look like you are traveling to some other city or some other state from your home. Unlike that, here Kanchi kshetra was completely well planned and well built city. There used to be torrents which were made of Navaratnas. Narada narrates, these beautiful cities. There used to be prakaras, a prakara which surrounds the god. So there used to be prakaras which were made of gold. You can ask me, gold and silver, they are highly malleable and ductile. How are you saying that with gold they built prakaras? Maybe there would have been prakaras which would have been coated with gold. So there were golden prakaras, there were gopuras which are normally conical in shape, right? So there were gopuras which are made of silver. There used to be shops, there used to be malls, there used to be streets, there used to be houses, there used to be palace. And Brahma here specially mentioned and advised Vishwakarma to build a city so that it does not affect the forest range, which means the city should also hold all the animals and all the other habitat residing along with the people. That was what Brahma asked. The Purana says the city, even though the city has been constructed by taking a part of the forest, the entire habitat was there. All forms of wild animals and domestic animals found their habitat in Kanchi kshetra itself. And there used to be, and then surrounding the Hastigiri Parvata. Parvata is a hill. Now Hastigiri Parvata was again to just remember. I am just telling it again. Hastigiri Parvata was actually built or designed by Varaha. So Varaha, when he came from the Patala Loka, digging the mud or the soil of the Bhumi, that is when it formed a heap. It formed a hill which was Hastigiri Parvata. That elevated portion was Hastigiri Parvata. Now in the downside or the Adobhaga of the Hastigiri Parvata resides Narasimha. Surrounding this Hastigiri Parvata is what Yajnashala was. So there was a magnanimous creation. It was very splendid. The Yajnashala where Brahma came to perform the Ashwamedha Yajna. Vishwakarma built the Yajnashala with the 9 gems, rare gems which are found on this earth.